Packrite is the premier finisher for fluted high graphic packaging, or better known as high graphic fluted packaging. We have two isotrides, one of which is the state-of-the-art isotride in the world, and the second is only about 10 years old. You can see our Master Flute 324. It is over 300 feet long, a football field, and then it turns around and comes back. It has one exit that goes directly out to the manufacturers of other packaging, so that we sell sheet, or we're better known as a sheet feeder. We also have massive ceilings. When you really think about it, our ceilings in some places are over 35 feet tall, so it allows the heat to rise. One of the challenges with isotrides and corrugators is they put off quite a bit of heat, so it allows it to rise up and above. We started out with 60,000 square feet, leased that, and then we bought the whole building with 100,000 square feet and 16 acres of land. And we evolved. The latest is we have now 22 acres of land, so we're right at 200,000 square feet total. One of the things that's, as we walk through this warehouse, I'll take you to, is a boiler room. And you think, what, a boiler room? Well, a boiler room, as I tell people, is good inputs equal good outputs. Steam, air, water, all those are critical to making a really nice sheet. You know, people don't realize that how important all these inputs are. The new isotride being the state-of-the-art one in the world, built kind of unique. Some people build their isotrides for maybe heavyweights, some build it for lightweights. This is built to go both ways. Next thing is we've got a double preheat system. So when we get into some of the heavyweights, what we do is we bring the temperature of the paper up so that when it goes to the single phaser, that it forms heavyweights. Well, the reason we have a preheater is because the heavyweights take a lot more heat to bring that paper up as opposed to lightweight paper. So these papers, we have a certain, depending on what they are, we have a certain temperature that we want to maintain there. So we just plug that into the computer, and it constantly evolves and moves back and forth depending on, you know, if the outside of the paper has been in the cold, and then you get into the core, it's a little warmer, so it constantly adjusted so that we have a very consistent sheet. Unlike some of the older models where you're just sitting there manually playing with it all the time, and most of the time they overheat the paper, cook the paper, because they want to make sure that it sticks. Well, when you do it this way, you're constantly keeping it steady, and you're not cooking the moisture out and not getting uneven or hot spots or warping or post-warp or anything like that. We want a relative humidity of in the neighborhood of 70% inside of our stacks. So to do that, we have a multitude of different ways of doing that. One is a steam shower, but also we have a misting system, a Copar misting system. Really a very elaborate system. We have the option of going roll. So on the tail end of both of our isotrides, we have two rolls that form into single face. This isotride has the option of putting a third roll. So if we want to run plain sheets, or we want to run pre-printed sheets, we can do that in line, and then we've got a third roll stand for that. We have the latest sheet feeding section going to the laminator, so we can handle as large a sheet that it can be made on an offset press. So an offset press, the biggest one is a 60 by 81. This one actually will handle that 60 by 81. So it can make the biggest sheet possible. From there, we go to our enhancements. So if you want to reinforcing tape, or tear tape, or double-sided tape in line on the isotride, then we have the four-head configuration to go there. That's the post. We also have the pre going through the corrugator, so we can apply hot sesame tape as opposed to cold sesame tape. Then we get into our glue, or PVA. Really, very unique. We average about 2.5 pounds per 1,000 square feet of PVA, which is one of the lowest that you can get to. What that does is not make the PVA a moisture item that it has a tendency to cause post-war. This machine is a 12,000 sheet an hour or 750 feet a minute. So we can run some really big sheets fast and some really small sheets extremely fast. So the state-of-the-art machine. We also have video monitoring throughout the whole machine so that we can see what's going on no matter where you're at in the machine. The monitor shows where the rest of the machine's at. From there, once we adhere the top sheet, we have one of the longest single impression sections. The 10-meter section, what it does is it's a single impression section. So one sheet goes through at the full length of the 10-meter tunnel at full rated speed. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to adhere that sheet, make sure it makes a good initial bond. Then we go into a shingling section similar to a lot of gluers. So we're just stacking them one on top of each other, shingling them out. It's giving it a lot more time through the compression section and really curing this out. Then we go into a long counting section so we can see and count how many sheets are on every single pallet, plus or minus one sheet. So when I say that there's going to be 650 E-flute sheets on a skid, you can count that that's going to be an accurate configuration. So it's not done by height, it's done by individual sheets, which is a more accurate representation. And then as you come to the tail end, you're back to the area on the tail end. We organize the sheets in the way we want to present them. Still in stacks, no pallet injected. We take that and take that over to the load turner. So we run a lot of sheets, we cut them from the back side. So we can automatically load turn them, position them exactly where we want them. So I get to present them any way I want to. We do so much double-sided print. The double-sided print is done in line. So when we think about double-sided print, we're doing a pre-printed roll and marrying that with the top sheet. And so we guarantee plus or minus a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 inch overall of front to back print. And we've done this with Gravure, preprint Flexo, preprint digital, preprint offset. So as long as it's a roll form, we can match it up with the top sheet and we can give you that double-sided print look, and very efficiently too. Also what's fun is all of the embellishments that we can add to the print depending on which printer we use for what type of application, whether it's UV or offset with UV coating, film coating, foil stamped, anything you want. As we go into the warehouse, this is the back side of the plant. We have approximately 22,000 square feet of space for storage of strictly roll stock. We maintain about 60 days supply, or well over $2 million worth of roll stock at all times. This includes top sheets, liners, medium, bleach, colors, anything that you can imagine, including pre-print liners and that type of thing. We have a 440 schedule, so we have 2 shifts, 10 hours a day. So basically we run the plant 20 hours a day, 4 days a week, overtime on Friday or maintenance on Friday. Our baling department, something that myself and Koenig have designed out to make the plant as efficient as possible. It's in the back of the plant. So we bring all the scrap, all the noise and everything to the very back of the plant. But this system is extremely unique. It has 2 separate balers, and we can divert paper to it at a machine level. So if the cutter's cutting one thing, it can go to one baler, and the ostride's going to something else and go to that, or either the cutter or either It's a mix or match. So we have one baler that's dedicated to specialty items. Primarily we run a lot of triple bleach, so we run triple bleach over there because we get higher scrap value. But we run a lot of blacks or vat dyes or triple blacks and triple purples and stuff like that the recycle people really frown on. So we separate that out, so if they know that they got a pure bale of black. Our baling department, and we completely scrub the air of all the dust before we put it back out. Has to go someplace. So we have a machine that takes all this dust and compresses it down, and it looks like little hockey pucks. These little hockey pucks go back into the bale and gets recycled as scrap. The other thing that makes it unique about that is it has a complete fire control to it. So if you look up at the piping, you'll see 3 blue boxes. They're actually spark sensors, spark and fire sensors. So if God forbid that we have a problem with a wrench or screwdriver or a piece of metal that we didn't know existed, fell off the machine, or a piece of die fell off and it got caught in some of these blades, it's going to show up, the spark detector is going to see it, and it's going to shut down the system. It has automatic misters inside of the scrap duct, and it will miss that, knock it out, and keep going. If it sees more than one spark, it's going to shut the system down, close everything off, flood the pipe, and divert everything to the outside. If it shuts down, it calls the fire department automatically. Fire department has been here, tested, and approved the system, and so they know where it is. And then from there, during the wintertime, we use hot air, and we pump that back into the plant. We heat the whole back half of the plant, or about 60,000 square feet, with the hot air off the machines. Second thing is, during the summer, one of the things we need to get rid of is hot air out of the plant to cool it down. So we divert that during the summer, we divert the air to the outside, and we actually help cool the plant by pulling air through it. This is the original Ostrod. It's 12 years old now, and it is maintained to exceptional levels. We've upgraded it a number of times. It is a lot shorter for 2 different reasons. It's not as fast, and the second one is the overall length of the sheet we can produce is 64 by 65. So it's amazing how far things have gone, and the technology changed from a version 3, which was the state of the art, to a version 5. This machine is 500 feet a minute and capable of 10,000 sheets an hour. The original Ostrod is still very, very effective and a little over horsepower, which is it always gives us a lot of flexibility. We've developed with one of our glue suppliers a glue that will work in both Ostrods. So we have 80,000 pounds of glue storage on site, and we can flip back and forth. One of the things that we do between 2 Ostrods is we have a total of 5 different flutes. We maintain 4 on each Ostrod. So on the older one, we start with the N flute, which is the lightest flute. Then we've got F flute, E flute, and B flute. The new Ostrod does reverse. It starts at C, goes to B, E, and F. N flute is hot as can be, so we'll run a lot of N. It's a very unique configuration. It's only 36,000 with both facings, so it's a very light, and especially used as a replacement for SPS. We run a lot of triple bleach N flute as a replacement for heavy gauge SPS. Both Ostrods have a double grinding system, so if we had to trim additional size rolls, somebody's got an emergency order and the only roll we've got on the floor is 12 inches wider than what the sheet calls for, we could still run it because we could pull 6 inches off each side. Not what we want to do, but we're here to take care of people, not worry if we have the capability. And then once you get through looking at that, you move over to our first cutter. It's an expert cut with power register system. It is the state-of-the-art cutter in the world. Actually, we were the very first one. It's really one of the first crossover machines. That's the first time they'd ever done it. It was a phenomenal partnership with Bob's and developing a 145. It was designed to cut B flute through paperboard. It also had optical cameras, both top and bottom. And they say, why do you need it for both sides? Well, corrugated typically cuts from the back, and paperboard typically cuts from the front. One of the other things that we love about this is the full blanking machine. So we've got, it's a die cutting section, a stripping section, a full blanking machine. You guys with the corrugated, this completely separates the blanks and stacks them on skid. And if they're just die cut blanks, they go out the door and they're finished. There's no breaking anything apart, no worrying about scrap or anything like that. You're folding carton guys, you're used to blankers, so that's a big thing. We worked with Bops to develop a way to scan barcodes on our die cutter, and literally are scanning our sheets for barcodes, making sure that the right product's being matched up. We are now moved to the 2.1 die cutter. This is Bop's biggest and baddest die cutter. This is an 83, a 52-inch die cutter. It has got an automatic end feed. I call it my beast. She just eats and eats and eats. So we just stack skids up. We can stack about 5 skids depending on the sheet size. It feeds it in, squares it up, has an automatic ejection for pallets so that when it gets through with the pallet, it spits it out. This is also a power register machine. It has different power register marks than a 145. Also, this one has a barcode reader too. So when we run multiple products inside of here, we got 5 or 6 copies, and all of a sudden a sheet accidentally slipped in there, it shuts down, tells us we got a problem. It's got a head brake section, so instead of a blanking section, it just takes the head trim off, drops it into a pack, and then what you've got is all but broken apart. So come out of the die cutter, we go into the nick breaker. This is a 2-section nick breaker, breaking one direction, then breaking another, and then going into a load former. So we come out of the die cutter, slide it over, so this is a straight line. We clamp down, break one direction. In this case, this particular box is only one direction, so it goes straight out. But what is unique in the fact that it now breaks us apart, spins this load, and allows it to be palletized the way we want it to be palletized without having any hand labor. So this palletizer and nick breaker has replaced 3 people, which we were able to repurpose to gluing lines to make us more productive. So one of the things it does is have the ability to do multiple ups, and this is a 6 up, so it breaks 2 directions one way there, and again second time, and then it goes into the next section and it just goes down, pops, and it breaks it apart. Now the newest, this is really neat about this, is it can handle up to 6 inches of nest, which is why I was against putting a nick breaker back here to begin with, is they couldn't handle nest. Now it can. So kind of amazing what technology has led us to do. Again, and then these, we have 2 tables that allow us to break it apart, keep it together, load it up, take a 83-inch sheet and turn it into a 40 by 48 in high number multiple ups. And tie sheets, here's the automatic tie sheets wherever you want them. We have automatic palletizers. You can see the pallets being automatically inserted. We just set a stack of pallets over there, stack of dunnage for the bottom, and it takes care of it. Then it loads it automatically on the pallet. You can see the fingers in the background pushing it down, and so it palletizes it, stacks it, and stacks it neater than any human being can be. It's it's a machine. It does the same thing the same way every time once you program it. And once we do the programming, once we do this job once, then all that's saved in the computer system. So we just call up a job and say, boom, this is the job we're going to be running, and it sets itself up ready to go. So the more we use it, the better we get. The better we get, the more we use it. It's kind of amazing. Automatically ejects out of there, and that goes to automatically through our banding and strapping line. Comes out, makes one stop, we put the load tags in it, do one final inspection, and then it goes down. From there, then we go to the window machine. We run a lot of windowing for other corrugated companies. So, and this is a 52 by 40. It's a single or dual lane. It is up to 3 around, so very, very robust frame to it. And that's what I was looking for. I'm going to be handling corrugated, lots of corrugated. So when it was at the factory at Coleman, I actually had them reconfigure this with different lugs and that type of thing to handle corrugated. The frame of it's an older, but it's got all the newest, latest electronics to it. It's ranged from 10,000 an hour to 60,000 an hour, depending on the size of the blank. It also has unique ability. We added micromanager on it, and so we have the ability to actually put double-sided tape on this. And if we've got a box that's just going to be taped and reinforcing tape, that type of thing, we say that we can handle 20 points as light as we want to go because we've got the lug so thick, and we can go to EB double wall. The 130 is primarily for your smaller E-flute, F-flute, and N-flute and paperboard boxes. It's also designed for B-flute, which is kind of amazing in itself. This is a 52 by 35 inch cooler. It's got 14 glue guns. We can fire up to 2 different types of glue. Has different trees that allow the glue guns to move around a little bit more efficiently, and which is very similar to the 170. It doesn't have the gyros and a lot of the specialty work, but it's got a pre-brake section and has some unique things. And we have a very unique video jet, but this particular one does sequential barcodes. We actually spray it with a sequential barcode, so we can provide that on any box line that you'd want. It's got every other bell and whistle you could have on a 130. So as we're running RSEs and that type thing, if we're trying to keep a tolerance that is very, very tight, and believe me, I've run some that are extremely tight. We're over to 170 gluer. 170 gluer is one of the most unique gluers in the world. This is my baby. She'll do anything I want her to do. Any way, shape, twist, turn, apply this, apply that. It's 158 feet long. I don't know very many people that have a glue that's 158 feet long. It's got a double gyro box to it. We can do anything you want done. Back fold, the forward folds. We can glue it one direction, spin it, and glue it another direction. If you want to glue it one way and spin it 180 degrees, you can have it. It's 170 or 67 wide, 63 through the machine. And this machine has got a total of 36 glue guns to it. We can fire up to 3 different types of glue. If you want 3 different types of glue, we got you covered there too. Hot and too cold. We can apply handle application, pharmaceutical literature, double-sided tape, tear tape, reinforcing tape. We have very robust amount of vacuum, air systems, manifold glue systems. Total of 4 different types of squaring devices. We have the electronic feed, so we can vary the belts back and forth. Everything is checked. We have cameras on every glue gun. There's cameras throughout the entire machine. This is a full matic. It means there's no manual to it. The only thing you're doing is adjusting a few belts and putting a few parts in places, but as far as moving the carriers back and forth, they're done automatically. Then we've got a very robust compression section, and we can go into a stream pack and then into a Wexler bander, where we have what we call our soft touch approach. Our soft touch is a band that feels like a ribbon, like that you would get on a gift. And so we joke and say we gift wrap our boxes. So this is our Expert Fold 230, one of the latest and greatest by Bops. It's 90 inches wide, 63 inches through. We've installed on it the latest and greatest Leary Moe system, which is our glue system. We have up to 36 glue guns. We have cameras. We have the ability to check, watch every drop of glue, where it's going. We can fire 3 different types of glue: 2 hot, 1 cold, 1 cold, 2 hot, 2 colds, 1 hot, any way you want it. We also can apply tear tape, sesame tape, all that. Oh, look, here's our chairman of the board. She makes a visit to the floor, making sure she's comfortable with what we've got and what we've produced out here. We want to make sure that our customer's happy, and she gets the privilege of dealing with a lot of customers and a lot of our events, so she wants to make sure everything's right. And then we come out of our strapper. Our strapper is really unique in that it's a soft touch strapper, automatically straps it, feeds out into a load former. The load former then feeds out into the conveyor system and ties everything directly together, and that feeds out into our bander and strapper, continuous feed. This actually makes 2 right angle turns. We have 3 gluers feeding into it, 1 cutter right now, and goes down the line, centers the pallet on the conveyor line, and then we put corner boards to protect our product. It's very unique, and we don't have to worry about anything coming unglued. And then we have sword insertion for banding. We used to break them all the time with the tow motors going through there. No more. So when we band something, it's banded to the top of the pallet, not wrapping around the whole pallet. And then from there it turns and allows us to strap in 2 directions using the same strapper and doing all the right things. Once we get through the strapper bander, it goes into the octopus. This is also about signoid. So ours are fully integrated, all signoid equipment. The octopus goes around and pre-tensions all the film, so we're not pulling against the load to get the stretch we need to. We're just basically wrapping it around, and it's already pre-tensioned. Everything's perfectly wrapped around, and we get a unbelievable load that's ready to go out to the customer. So as you come back into the office, you find our living room. It's our gathering place. It's a natural place in the center of the office. So we've got a table, chairs, sofas. We have a display of different boxes.
We have a unique niche in the market with our microflute packaging. It's a sort of like a corrugated packaging, but in a small retail packaging box.
We have our CFO, our Director of Operations, receptionist, accounting department down here. And then when you go upstairs, we've got our customer service, sales, so that we've got them grouped in the right configurations. I am just looking at the magnificent building that that we've created on 22 acres of land. Welcome to Packrite. Everything new, everything state of the art, everything with more bells and whistles and opportunities to do things than anybody else have experienced.